Welcome to the Flip and Castle podcast.
All right, listeners, buckle up, because today we're tackling a topic that's, well, let's just say it's got us scratching our heads.
Monkeys, sweet potatoes, and wait for it, mind melting.
You got it. We're diving deep into the legend of the 100th monkey, a story that's been making the rounds online, and let's just say it sparked a lot of curiosity.
And a healthy dose of skepticism, I'd imagine.
Oh, absolutely. But that's why we're here, right?
Meh.
To unpack this intriguing tale and see if there's any truth to it.
Let's get into it.
So picture this: a remote island, a troop of monkeys, and of course, the humble sweet potato.
Sounds like the start of a nature documentary.
Right. So the story goes that scientists were observing these monkeys and noticed something interesting. One particularly clever monkey discovered that rinsing his sweet potatoes in the ocean before eating them made them taste better. Not a bad trick, right?
I'll have to try that next time I'm at the beach.
Hold on, it gets better. This new behavior, being the trendsetter he was, this monkey's potato washing technique spread throughout the group. Monkey do, right? But here's where the story takes that sharp turn from your average nature documentary to the realm of, well, the potentially unbelievable.
This is where the 100th monkey comes in, I imagine.
You got it. The story claims that once a certain number of monkeys, you guessed it, that magic number being 100, learned this trick, something incredible happened.
And that something being?
The knowledge seemingly teleported to other monkey populations on completely different islands.
Yeah.
It's like they hit this critical mass of potato washing monkeys and boom, instant monkey knowledge transfer across the sea.
Hold on. Are we saying these monkeys invented the internet with their minds? I have so many questions.
Right. Me too. The story claims that this whole thing points to the existence of something called universal consciousness. And this is where things get really interesting.
Okay, so let's unpack that a bit. In a nutshell, universal consciousness is this idea, and it pops up in various spiritual and philosophical traditions, that we're all connected, like really, really connected, not just on Facebook, but on some fundamental level of existence. It suggests that there's this sort of web of awareness that links every living thing together. So in the context of our potato-loving primates, the suggestion is that these monkeys on their separate islands were somehow tapping into this universal mind, allowing this knowledge to transcend, well, you know, the usual barriers of space and time.
Okay, so like a cosmic internet connecting every mind.
I guess you could say that.
It's a wild thought, for sure. But honestly, part of me can see why this idea resonates with people. I mean, we live in a world that often feels incredibly divided.
You said it. And the idea of a universal consciousness, well, it taps into that deep human longing for unity and connection, to believe that we're all part of something larger than ourselves. It's a powerful concept.
It really is. But let's bring it back to our potato washing pioneers for a moment. Is there any scientific evidence to back up this 100th monkey phenomenon?
Well, here's the thing, and it's where we really have to engage our critical thinking skills. While the story is captivating, and there's no denying that, it's important to remember that the original research this whole thing is based on wasn't focused on telepathy or, monkeys developing psychic powers. It was looking at how any behaviors spread through a population.
Okay, so more about observation and less about mind reading.
Exactly. The idea was these monkeys were more likely learning from each other through watching and imitating, not by suddenly developing telepathic abilities.
So no monkey matrix then?
Not quite, though it does make you think, doesn't it?
It really does. But even without the telepathic element, it's still amazing, right? This idea that behavior, ideas even, can spread so effectively just through observation.
Oh, absolutely. And it's a very real phenomenon that goes way beyond those monkeys and their potatoes. Think about how quickly a viral trend takes hold online, how social movements gain momentum, or how new technologies become integrated into our lives in what feels like the blink of an eye. It's pretty incredible.
It really is. It makes you wonder, what are we spreading to others every day, even unintentionally?
It's something to consider, isn't it?
Absolutely. We started with a story about monkeys on an island washing potatoes and ended up, contemplating the power of ideas, how they spread, how they change us, how they shape our world. And I think that's the real takeaway here.
I agree. And it reminds me of how that video ends with that question posed directly to the viewer. What change will you inspire?
It's a powerful question. And while the 100th monkey story itself might be just that, a story, the message behind it is something worth thinking about. Each of us, in our own way, has the power to influence the world around us. What we do matters. What we say matters. What we choose to share, well, it matters. It makes you stop and think, doesn't it?
It really does.
Something to chew on, wouldn't you say?